playoff grind, two of the top four seeds when it all began. Both sides have been challenged and pushed all year and through the playoff. Now it's time to find out who can take that final step, as we'll see the third seed in this playoff, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a squad from the Big 12, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here, as always, by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. Team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Game makes it second and medium. Heading left after the handoff. Breaks loose at the 40. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Past the 20. They make the tackle, but it sets the offense up for a first and goal from the 10.
Well, this is what the offensive coordinator told us yesterday, Chris, in our production meeting. They thought they had an advantage up front with the line of scrimmage, and on this opening drive, we continue to see the offensive line and this back putting up positive yards.
And the Tar Heels trying to punch it in. It's first and goal. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he scores. Touchdown, UNC. And wow, that is how you kick off a national championship game, Kirk.
Man, Chris, you're exactly right. This offense came out with the mindset that they're not going to wait around and wait for this defense to get settled in. They're going to punch them straight in the mouth and assert themselves. What a championship-level statement that was.
It's a second and goal play for the offense. And they'll try the quarterback sneak. They try to sneak it, but it goes nowhere. Defense rising up on the goal line.
Well, I don't blame them to go with the quarterback sneak here to try to pick up just enough yards for the first down. But hey, man, give credit to that defense. They did not budge at all. They kept him short of the first down.
So here we go, third and goal. Can they punch it in from the 1? Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Here we go, Chris. Early in the game, opening drive. This is a big decision and really an opportunity to send a message for this offense. Do you go for this close to the goal line and make that statement, or do you settle for 3?
So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Guys up front line up. It's first down. A handoff to the back. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the handoff. The gain moves the ball to the 34. The Seminoles will come to the line to run the hurry up. Secondary backed up off the ball now. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. On 3rd and short, they hand the ball off. The Noles offense is on the move now.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back threw just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
And the Seminoles begin a new series here, 1st and 10. And he'll set up to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Makes the catch. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's 3rd down. Try and muscle for the first down. And the Noles are moving quickly down the field.
Yeah, I love how the back didn't really dance around trying to make a big play. He knew it was 3rd down in inches, lower the shoulder, get the first down.
The Seminoles churn out another first down. And the single back takes the handoff. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the +40.
Oh, another first down and another good run by this back from Florida State. I tell you, he's doing his job as far as living up to the great tradition of Florida State running backs.
Offense will set up on 1st and 10. Movement at the second level of the defense now. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
There's a nice play by this defense after giving up a huge gain. They're able to turn things around, recalibrate, and get after that quarterback for that sack.
That sack makes it 2nd down and forever. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. He'll take a deep shot here. And it's picked off. That was a risky pass attempt, and he paid the price. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. He didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Third down play for this offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Not what he was hoping for. Instead of pinning the offense deep, it's a touchback. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker. The Noles come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
This is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
After the incompletion, the lineup here for 3rd and 7. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. It's caught downfield. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
An inside give now from the shotgun. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line. Second down after that run on the previous play. The linebacker shifting around now. And they make the stop to get the ball carrier down. Offense looking to convert on third and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky fourth down decision? Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
And the Seminoles bring their punt team onto the field. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. Back out onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go. Second down after that previous play. Always looking to throw. He's looking to scramble. And he'll head out of bounds to avoid the hit. Did not pick up first down yardage. Now the offense facing a third and long from their own 41. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. Now the offense facing a third and long from their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Running back grabs it on a screen. He breaks free now, has room to run. Brought down at the 46, good enough for a first down.
Well, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
And the Tar Heels will have 1st and 10 here.
Get set, get set.
Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Here's a screen pass to the running back. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield.
Boy, the defense does such a good job of taking any threat downfield away. All you can do is throw it to his back, and loss of yards, now you're behind the sticks.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. He'll pitch it. And they bring him down, but not before he picks up the first. Good execution on the option.
Man, that is so frustrating for this defense. You think you've got him right where you want him on 3rd and long, and you give up a run play for a 1st down. The offense makes you pay for assuming the pass and bailing out too quick in coverage.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. And there's the handoff. Defense able to stop the ball carrier there.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive. They'll run it from the gun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Breaks clear, end zone ahead. The tackle is made, but the gain sets the offense up. 1st and goal from the 9. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Boy, really good run by this running back. The defense fortunate to be able to bring him down inside the 10-yard line, but it's 1st and goal for the offense.
So another 3rd down conversion. Now they're set up at 1st and goal. Receiver in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. Florida State offense heads back onto the field. First play of the second half was a handoff. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? They'll feed the back again. The freshman brought down after a nice run. The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged, and it looks like it's working. They're playing with a different kind of energy. Let's see if they can do it again.
That's a solid run. Gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. Hand off to the single back. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. And the Noles looking to run some tempo here. On first down, it's play action. Fires it on the move. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. Tackle made, but the game moves the ball to the 30.
Another great throw by this quarterback to be able to pick up a first down and keep this drive alive. I tell you, he's starting to kind of feel like he's getting into a zone. And boy, Chris, over the years, how many Florida State quarterbacks have we seen get in that zone? Guys like Chris Weinke and Jameis Winston, Charlie Ward. Man, so many good signal callers that have played at FSU.
Still searching for their first touchdown of the game, but on the move now. It's 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground here. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
The Seminoles lining up here on 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. And they'll go right back to him on first down. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. And no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
Here's a first and goal. Finally a chance to score the first touchdown of this game. And the wideout goes in motion. They'll try the option play here. He's close to the goal line, and the football comes out. Who's got it? Offense keeps possession, recovers the fumble. Second down and goal. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Touchdown, Florida State. And they go in front here in the second half. So a long, methodical scoring drive. Great execution with championship pressure.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional on how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Second down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback will just sneak it here. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Oh, a reverse. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain.
You know, even though positive yards are gained here, I think the defense has to be happy on how they prepared coming into the game for these kind of different looks. They looked very aware that these formations and plays could happen on any given down.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. And he goes down, but the important thing, it's enough to move the sticks in a fresh set of downs. And the Tar Heels pick up enough for a first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line to start a fresh set of downs.
Belly starter. 325.
Ball handed off. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here being able to contain that run game, hold just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Trying to extend the play. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
1st down here for this offense. It's a run to the left. And that run produces a decent gain.
Now, this defense is going to have to mix up some looks because this back has had a monster day in the national championship. Running inside, running outside. The defense has got to do a good job locking in on him to negate his big play ability.
Important 2nd down play coming up. It's an option look. Pitch to the back. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. He's tackled after a big gain. Picks up a 1st down. Great execution on the option. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a 1st down.
Send the back in motion. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And just a short gain this time, they're able to get him down.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Crucial 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or they have to settle for 3? And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Running out of time in the pocket. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
Man, I love to see these big fellas get a chance to make a play. Usually it's the guys on the edge, linebackers, but here, the nose guard comes up with a sack.
So on 4th down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. And this one is right through.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Handoff as they try to work the clock here. Bites off a defender. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all three to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
Now it's second down here. Tailback with another carry. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Here we go. Third down and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. I know the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. This is a big third down play coming up. If they can get the stop, you have to believe we'd see a timeout. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. That's a design quarterback keeper. Enough for a first down at the 37. The Noles come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Ball handed off. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. The second down play. There's the handoff. And that gained enough for a fresh set of downs. Spotted at the 48.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
They're pounding away with the running game. It's 1st and 10. Here comes a handoff. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And that knee should do it. We have our national champions. They're the last team standing at the top of the mountain, Kirk, national champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
Well, that's going to do it for us and wrap up another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Florida State Seminoles.